Alright, Shalom. All praises and glory to Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father. In the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Through the Holy Spirit, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, out there laboring in the faith and rightly dividing the word of truth. And I'm pretty much going to be getting into a lesson pertaining to Psalms, the 82nd chapter and the 6th verse. And pretty much I'm going to start off with this precept that says, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Okay, so this past weekend, we had a guy come up, inquiring about this scripture, and due to his lack of understanding about the word God, he pretty much took it to mean that when it says ye are gods, you can actually take it literal, meaning that we as the sons of the Most High, through us being His children, being Israelites, are gods, and he, accused us of, committing blasphemy, okay, which was pretty much the same thing that, the scribes and Pharisees accused Yahweh Shai, by him saying that he's the son of the Heavenly Father and also the first begotten of the Heavenly Father, So, read up in John 10:33. The Jews answered him, saying, actually, hold up. It said, John 10:28-29. My Father, which gave them me, is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one. Then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. Yahushua answered them, many good works have I showed you from my Father, for which of those works do you stone me? The Jews answered him, saying, for a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy. Alright, and the word blasphemy means filthy, wicked lie, So that's what this guy, basically tried to accuse us of, and saying that you can take Psalms 82 and 6 to literally mean that, yes, we are gods. And because that thou, being a man, makest thyself God. Alright? So, what, just like these Israelites of the past 2,000 years ago, and just like this guy that came up to the camp this weekend failed to realize that, yes, us being created in the image of the Most High, yes, we are gods, especially since he chose us as being Israelites. The word Israel goes back to the word Yasha Allah, which meaning he is a prince of the power. It's three compound words, meaning Yah, meaning he, Shah, meaning prince, and Allah, which means power or ruler. Okay? Yahweh Shah answered them, is it not written in your law, I said, ye are gods? Where is it written? In Psalms 82 and 6. It says, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Alright, so when we get a further understanding of the word gods, in the Hebrew, it's the Hebrew word Elohim. And Elohim is also another Hebrew compound word, going back to the Hebrew word, the root word Al, which means power or ruler, and the yum at the end makes it plural. So you got the Most High, Yahweh himself, Yahweh Shai, which is the second in command of this world and everything in the universe. You got the angels, and you also have the sons of men. You know, basically like us being up here up on the earth. We're angels and ministers on the earth. You know. So it says rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. It says God-like one, works or special possessions of God, the true God, or God. Alright? And down here it says occasionally applied by way of deference to magistrates, you know, like one who has office in government, and sometimes as a superlative, angels. Let's see, great judges. So, you know, pretty much the Most High chosen us as the nation of Israel to be, you know, a nation of rulers and judges. Alright? Which goes back to Exodus 19:5. It says, 19:6. It says, and you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Okay? So, Most High is going to have, you know, us being an entire nation of kings and priests. Okay? So, we're going to be in rulership of the entire earth once the kingdom of heaven is established. So, let's take a look at that word, priest. Comes from the Hebrew word kahan, which means priest, chief ruler, officer. For priest, it says principal officer or chief ruler. Like you had the judges that was first established to be the governing body before we had a king set over the nation of Israel. You know, those would be chief rulers or principal officers. You know, also like the Levite priesthood. You know, who was in charge of doing the priest duties in the temple. As well as Yahweh Shai, you know, who is pretty much the chief priest, you know, that makes intercession for the nation, for the whole nation of Israel. Alright. So let me take a look at this word ruler. On dictionary.com, it says a person who rules or governs, sovereign. And this is 2 Peter 2:4. It It says, "For if the Most High spare not the angels that sin, cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment." Now, let me take a look at that word angels in the Greek. Part of my internet is acting funny right now, so just bear with me. It says a messenger, envoy, one who is sent, an angel, a messenger from God. You know, not just the angelic messengers like Michael or Gabriel or the top ranking angels, but also, you know, prophets would be considered as a messenger, you know, who teach in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai through the Holy Spirit. They would be considered as angels as well, because they're pretty much messengers. Alright? So, going back to 2 Peter 2 and 4, where it says, "For if the Most High spare not the angels that sin," and what is sin? Transgression of the law. You know, how did Adam fall off? Because he sinned against the Most High. He transgressed the Most High's order in the garden. And that's how you have sin and death into the world. You know, the sons of God sinned against the Most High. You know, us being the nation of Israel, we sinned against the Most High. And, you know, we're, you know, his representatives on the earth, you know. So we will represent those angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell. And when you go into the study of the actual word hell, you know, it doesn't mean a place of eternal torment, but a place of basically being brought down to a state or a low condition, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. What's the chains of darkness? You know, it represents this flesh that we're in, you know, because these bodies are subject to sin and subject to death, when originally it wasn't supposed to be like that, because we were meant to actually be the image of the Most High's immortality, you know, before sin and transgression came into the world. So, it says, "But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes." Alright, so yes, even though we are gods, you know, it says we shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. However, since Yahushua has already conquered death and has been resurrected for the nation of Israel, once we're established in the kingdom of heaven, you know, we won't taste of death anymore. You can read about that in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter. While the first Adam was made, actually, you know what? I guess the Spirit is calling for me to get it then. But before I do that, now let me not use this tab, let me use a different tab. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 20. But now is Hamashiach risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept. Meaning the first to be actually be risen, uncorruptible in the flesh, after death, For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead. For as in Adam all die, even so in Hamashiach shall all be made alive. Okay? Alright, 1 Corinthians 15 and 47, it says, the first man is of the earthy, the second man is the Lord from heaven. As the earthy, such are they also that are earthy, and as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heaven. And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. Alright, so we've borne the image of the earthly by, receiving, the plagues of sin and death in the world, but we're going to receive through Yahweh Shai, immortality, being incorruptible. The flesh will no longer decay, and will actually be immortal beings as far as being able to live forever. But right now, while we're nearing the end of this current age of wickedness in the earth, this is as Psalms 82nd chapter around the 7th verse says, but you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Alright, so that's what we're going through now. As far as the curses being taken into captivity, being ruled over by our enemies. As of right now, Esau, the so-called white man, is the god of this world, and through Satan and these spiritual wickedness in high places, these demonic entities have rulership through Esau. What proves that, you can find that when Yahweh Shai was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, when Satan had tried to tempt Yahweh Shai as far as giving him all the kingdoms of the world, if he would have bowed down to him, showing you that the current age that we're in, Satan has the dominion over the earth right now. And right now he is ruling through Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the death out. And Jacob is the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives. Alright, so I don't want to deviate too far from the lesson, but hopefully this is edifying. But I want to get a couple more points. Now here where it says the Most High, bring up the Strong's definition on the word that they have there. It says Alayan. So I can Alayawan, which means high, most high, which the Heavenly Father Yahweh sits as the most high, which is the highest God of all the universe. Alright? As it says here, highest, most high, name or reputation of God, of rulers, either of monarchs, of angels, and princes. Okay, so he's the first in command, and as I was saying at the beginning of this lesson, Yahweh Shai is the second in command of everything. Alright? Okay, it says 1 Corinthians 15 and 23, but every man in his own order, Hamashiach the first fruits, afterward they that are Hamashiachs at his coming. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Heavenly Father, to Yahweh even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and authority and power. Because what is Yahweh shall ultimately coming to do? To bring down all the ruling nations of the earth right now. That's why he has the title of Lord and Lord and King of Kings, because he's going to dethrone every nation that's currently in rulership, starting with Esau, the so-called white man. Even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power, for he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet. Alright, it says the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. Alright, because for the nation of Israel, once he takes away the sin from Jacob, from 2/3 of our people being destroyed on this side, but then being raised back up in the kingdom, death is no longer going to have dominion over our nation anymore. For he hath put all things under his feet, but when he saith all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, which did put all things under him. Alright, so the Most High Yahweh is an exception to everything that he placed in under Yahweh Shai's authority. Alright, because he is, the Most High. Okay? The top God of the universe. So with that, that's pretty much the sum of this lesson. I hope you rocking them out there, that watched the video, or anybody that came across the scripture and actually stumble over that word because, they think it to be blasphemy to basically acknowledge ourselves as being gods. Well, it's true, we are gods. We are meant to be rulers, priests, and judges over the earth. That's what the Most High has called the nation of Israel to be. But I think the point has pretty much been proven. More edification needs to be brought out on this. I'm going to another lesson. But for now, I say Shalom. Once again, all praises and glory to Yahweh Shai, that belongs to the Apostle of this great millstone. And with that, I say Shalom.